And welcome all. Welcome, welcome. All right, thank you all. I'm just pulling up my stuff here. Welcome to the first ever esports competitive development camp featuring Fortnite. Hope you all having a fantastic day. Making sure you guys can hear me and see me in chat. Looks good on my end. Curly656, thank you. All right. So first I'm going to go into our plan. So we will be doing some Fortnite today, but first we're going to have a quick talk talking about skill acquisition, getting skills in life. We have many skills we are working on. Let me pull up this for you. Here's our plan. So today we're going to focus on skill acquisition to start for about 10 minutes. So do a quick talk on some important details that can help you get better at anything you want to get better at. And then we're going to do a play along section, so you'll be in your own creative server for that part of the camp, and I'll be showing you a bunch of different tunneling strategies. Regardless of where you are at with your tunneling strategies and skills, I will give you something to work on. We all can improve it. I even have a couple I'm working on right now. I'm also going to show you my go-to low ground strategies. So I think this is one of the more underused things in Fortnite right now. It's a little bit different than box fighting. Box fighting is pretty big part of the game right now, but this is a great skill within box fighting that you can use that a lot of people, even at the highest level, I don't think are using out well. I'm also going to have us show us a couple different stretches that can help us prevent injury, increase our gaming endurance, and increase strength. And in the end, we're going to end with, I'm going to show us a couple more stretches with a short break during our zone wars and box fights, and we're going to do about 20 rounds total. We're going to take a quick survey towards there at the end to see what servers you're on. I think we're going to do a little bit on both West and East, so everyone gets a chance to play at their best server. Oh, fantastic. Test. Test, test. You can hear me. Okay. Thank you. I'm not muted. Fantastic. All right, so yes, we will end on that. Do a couple of servers, and I think we're just gonna have enough for one lobby today, and I will play with it, you guys as well, and I'll also be commentating on stream, seeing what I see and giving you feedback. So we want to make sure everyone has their own skin for that, if possible, so I can make call outs and tell you what I'm seeing, tell you my feedback. Hey, let's do this. Yes. Okay. All right, skill acquisition. So I got this from one of my favorite books and series of books called the 4-Hour series. And this is The 4-Hour Chef by Tim Ferriss. So you might think, a chef book, what does that have to do anything with skill acquisition or with Fortnite, right? So this talks about being a chef and things related to that, but it also talks about more general concepts like skill acquisition. So I took a lot of this first part from him because I think it applies to so many other skills. And he's a master of learning skills. So we're not worrying about being the top 0.01% right now. We're trying to learn how to get in the top 20%, the top 30% quickly and effectively. Because there's always ways to, as they say, grind to get to something and spend hours upon hours. I don't want you to have to do that. Certain things, if you want to be the best in the world at one thing, you are probably going to have to do that. But if you want to be good at many things, you will use these skills and what I'm going to talk about today to help you do that. Okay, so skill. This is an acronym. It is DISSS, DIS. So skill acquisition. Deconstruction. So as you know, to construct something is to make something. To deconstruct it is to break it apart. So anything you want to get better at, it gets broken apart into little pieces. So for example, Fortnite, you could break that into many different pieces. There's aim, there's game sense, there is builds, there is edits, there is team play. How well do you work with your teammates? There is communication. That's a skill that applies to many other things. So anytime you're going to work on a skill, you got to deconstruct it. So for me, deconstructing my game right now, the number one thing I'm trying to work on is my higher level tunnels, those really good tunnel builds, and to continue working on my box fighting mechanics, how confident I am in box fights and really making those skills clean. So anything you want to get better at, you got to deconstruct it. So for example, basketball. If you're going to deconstruct basketball, it's not just basketball. It's not just shooting. It's shooting, it's dribbling, it's team defense. There's one-on-one defense, team offense, one-on-one offense. There's so many. I could go on and on. That being said, our next thing is selection. Which 20% of the blocks should I focus on for 80% or more of the outcome I want? So what small part of the game can I spend a lot of my time on, or most of my practice time on, to get the most better that I can? So right now, for me, like I said, it's tunneling. That's what I need to work on. I need to keep working on that. And then my box fight mechanics. Do I need to work on my building and my build fighting? Yes, but I'm already at a high part of my game for that. So it's not what I'm going to get the most out of to get better. My time would be better spent focusing on box fighting than build fights. Now, for some people, it may be the opposite. Right now, it seems that box fighting is the most important, or one of the most important things to work on to get better. Next up, we have sequencing. So that is the order of the blocks learned. So I have it here. Move my face cam, or I'll move this for you and zoom in. So sequencing right here. For Fortnite at the basic level, the order can be important. So if you are new to the game, what you learn in order is very important. If you're a master of the game, though, the order doesn't really matter as much. So for example, when I work with a new player, when I'm coaching someone, I always review their settings first. Why? If they don't have the best settings, that's out of their control in a way. They don't know what the best settings are, and I can help them get better right away with that. So settings are really important. From there, if they're a newer level player, I'll go through essential builds that I know they need to have. And the first one I always do, it's super basic, but if you can't do it, you're hurting yourself in Fortnite, and that is the flat stairs wall, or a triple. So where you're going flat, stairs wall, all in one. So like I said, at a high level, the order isn't as important. But I thought of another sport example. You can break this down with any sport. If there's a sport you love in your life, I highly recommend you look at this later. Well, I'll send this out to you guys and relate it to that sport, how you can get better. So for basketball, I would probably want to work on dribbling before I worked on my around the back pass, right? You actually most of the time have to dribble and then do your around the back pass. You don't have to, but a lot of the times you do. So the order can be very important. Sometimes it's not. It really depends on the skill. And if you think about it, you should be able to figure out whether it's important or not. Next up, we have stakes, or kind of motivation, incentives, reasons why. So how do I set up stakes to create real consequences and guarantee I follow the program? So I think for gaming, people usually don't need this as much. Why? You're self-motivated. You want to get better at the game. If you're here today, you want to get better at Fortnite and other games. You don't really have to set up stakes as much. So that's not a super important one all the time, but it really can be. For certain people, they want to get better at something, but they're not really motivated to do it. Setting up stakes, having a friend maybe not wager you, but motivate you, working with a friend, maybe make a little contest to see who can do this. So you could do a big one in the Fortnite scene is triple edits. It's the fancy edit where you edit through a flat, a roof, and then a wall, all in one. In a real game, rarely would that be useful. It could be, and if you're really good at it, it could be. But you can make a contest with your friend. Who's going to be the first one to hit 3 triple edits in a row? And every week you have a contest, you see where you're at, and you check back with each other. That will create motivation for both of you guys to get better, right? You'd want to beat your friend in that. So that can be a really useful tool. So far we went through deconstruction, breaking something down, selection, finding out which part of the game we need to work on, or which part of the skill we need to work on the most. Not we as in everyone, I mean you. What do you need to work on? Then we have the order. And for practice, I think when you're making your practice routine, order can be really important, the sequence, and then stakes. And then from here, I have one more acronym for you, and it is CAFE. And it's funny because it actually doesn't have the A. It is CFE, compression. Can I encapsulate the most important 20% into an easily graspable one-pager? So if you really want to get better at something, writing stuff down could be very helpful. So for example, in Fortnite, if I was going to write it down right now, I would say tunneling, box fighting, aiming practice. Those are my 3. I could write a lot more details here. I could break tunneling down again and see from there what the specific tunnels I need to work on. So that is compression, making it into smaller one-pager so you can figure out what you need to do. After that, we have frequency. Let me move this a little bit for you and zoom in. So frequency is how often. Frequency. Training program and balance I have written down there. So how often are you going to practice? What are you going to do in that practice? What is your training program? Once again, for Fortnite, that's not one people usually struggle with, but it can be helpful to write down your program. For example, standard program is I start off with an edit course, working on my edits. Then I might do an aim course, and then I might do box fights one-on-one or something like that. And then last of all, we have encoding, and I included this definition from here. It is to convert data or information from one system of communication to another. So if I learn tunneling, am I going to be a master tunneler in game right away if I can do it in creative? No. I might not know when to do it. I might get nervous in games and do it. So it's a way to take something that you're a skill, a part of a skill, and integrate it to combine it with the other skills. So what do we have here? How do I anchor the new material to what I already know for rapid recall? So actually acronyms where we're using this CAFE, C-F-E, and DISS, D-S-S-S-S, that is a type of encoding. So they're an example. And then I have one Fortnite and basketball, another relation here. So the flat stair wall example I talked about. I'll hop in creative here so we can start going in a second. So the flat stair wall example, that is an example of encoding and using an acronym. One thing I thought of, I'll even say it out loud when I'm doing it. When I was teaching it to people, when they're practicing it, if you're new to the game, I recommend starting with that. Flat stair wall. So Taku, so I actually played on console for 2 years, and I have a lot of experience with controllers, so I'll be able to answer questions on both. I've been mouse and keyboard for about 3 months, or actually a little bit over 4 months now. So if I'm doing a layup in basketball where I take the short shot against the hoop, when I was learning it, my brother taught me that how my feet move during it was important. People just think you just toss the ball up there, you just place it in there. That's not how it works. If I'm taking a layup from the right side of the hoop, my feet go right foot, and then I jump off my left foot, and it's the opposite on the left side. I'm on the left side, so I would do left and then right. And I would say this for a year while I was practicing this. I would go, all right, I'm on the right side, right, left. I'm on the left side, left, right. And when I'm coaching people in Fortnite, I use that strategy pretty often. I find it about half the people it's really useful. Other people, they're more visual or thinking in their head, and it doesn't help them as much. But maybe for you, if you're learning a new strategy, that will be helpful. So I will be, all right, we're going to move right on. If you have any other questions in the chat, feel free to throw them in there, and I will be checking back. We're going to move along to our play along section, just like that. I hope you guys found that helpful. Skill acquisition. You're going to learn many skills in life. How you do it, if you can learn how to do one skill well, you'll be able to learn other skills well and quickly. So for our play along section, this is what's going to look like. I'm going to hop here in creative, head over to the Coach Cody training grounds, and I'd love for you to hop in creative right now and just kind of warm up a little bit with whatever builds you need, and then I'm going to show us a couple different things. So the focus is tunneling strategies. There's so many of them, and I'm going to show you a bunch, and then a couple low ground strategies. Yeah, Maldo, I will accept your request here in a second. Got you, Maldo. So for the play along, you'll be playing on your own, so you have enough room in creative. Okay. All right, so for our first set of tunneling strategies, like I said, there's so many. I like to have a gun when I am practicing my strategies, so that's because I switch to them so much when I'm in a real fight. I pull out my shotgun all the time, so I'm building, and then I'll switch to my shotgun for in any moment I might need to. So I always have that out. So right there, I just showed you the one first tunneling strategy I wanted to go over. And this was the first one that I learned, or it's built off. So back in season 1 or 2, doing this flat, flat was fine for tunneling. Maybe sometimes you might throw a wall. Flat, flat wall, flat, flat wall. And that could be great. And that still is a useful strategy. What are the attributes to the different materials to use and when to use them? So standard, a lot of times people like to use wood early game, and then late game, towards those late circles is when you would use your heavy materials, brick and metal. Personally, I'm not too picky on it because I'm convinced if I'm going to win the game, I'm going to get some elims at the end, and I'll be able to pick up some more materials. So the first tunnel I'm going to show us is flat, flat, wall, wall. And then you're going to do a corner edit. Flat, flat, wall, wall. And don't worry, if you already have this one mastered, we will work on others. But this one is essential. Now, obviously, the weak point to this wall isn't there, but you have to pick the time to do this. This is a perfect example of, what would this be? Encoding, like knowing when to use the right tunnel. So if I'm feeling really good about this side, not having to block off this side, that's when I would do this. But this one, once again, flat, flat, wall, wall, flat, flat, wall, wall. And you can do it kind of in a sweeping motion. After you do the flat, flat, wall, wall. And as you notice there, sometimes if I'm too far back here, it's tough to grab that wall. I'll show you that. So small detail. See, I can reach that wall from here, but look how difficult it can be. I can't even make this wall right now. So that's a small detail. There's a lot of small details like that with build placement that people don't really understand. And I'll show you an example of that. If I am going against somebody who's in this box right here, if I am here and I am facing this way, I can never put this roof over there. No matter where I am over here, this roof is not going to go inside that box. But if I'm here and I aim on this side wall, this roof will place. See how it's there? But if I'm here, nope, here, nope, 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 here. So that's a perfect example of crosshair placement for building. All right, so back to this one. While we're doing this, you can just practice different ones, or if there's a certain one you want me to cover, I'm going to move on from this one in a second. Just one last time, flat, flat, wall, wall, and then this corner edit. As you can see, once I'm here, I can reach and make this one. Flat, flat, wall, wall. And in fast motion, it'll look like this. When I first started doing this, I thought no way I could do this as fast as a lot of the pro players are doing. No way. And then within 2 weeks, I was right about here. And that's going to happen sometimes. It happens to the best of us. All right, moving right along. Thank you, Maldo. Appreciate it. Do you know how to ramp tunnel? I heard it's good. That is one we're going to be covering. I'll move on to that one right away. So this has been really popular out of nowhere. This one went from nobody using it to everyone in the pro scene using it. And there are a lot of different ways to use it, but having ramps as a tunnel. So one way is just flat and then ramp. Now, if I'm back here and I place the ramp, that happens. You have to be a little bit, you can do it before halfway. This is the halfway bar you see going across on a wood thing. If I'm here and I make it, I will phase under. See, I'm not even halfway through. If I'm definitely halfway through, I'll make it. So just real quick, it looks like this. And that's what it looks like. So that's one version of it. There's a couple different. That one's great if someone's on your back and you only want to use a little bit of mats. There's a super advanced version of doing exactly what we just did before and throwing this one in. This is actually one I'm working on right now. So it would be flat, flat, wall, wall, stair, and then the edit. So that's like level 3 of that one. Like I said, that one I'm still working on, so I don't have a fast version to show you today. All right, I'll show you one more ramp one since you asked. I think this one is a good one. I think this is called the messy tunnel. So it's the same thing here. Flat, aim down for the stairs. I got to be looking down. If I'm aiming here, I'm going to make that one. And then I make another flat, and then I come here. So it's kind of like alternating, switching each time. And as you'll see, when I come here to do it this way, I have to aim at this corner. So this quadrant. This would be quadrant 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like a different corner. So I do here. So that's that one, the messy tunnel. Aim down. That's what it'll look like. I love that one. Nice. I'm happy I got to pick that one. One more level for this one would be this one, where you're just doing the same side every time. So it's flat, and then aiming down for this quadrant. It'll look like this. And as you can see, I'm going a little fast, and then I made my mistake. If you are new to this, go slow. The muscle memory is so important. If you are going too fast, even though you might hit it clean sometimes, your muscle memory is not improving as much if I did this. And this, I've honestly been doing this in creative the past 3 weeks, trying to work on this one. Flat, aiming at that corner, and you kind of got to turn. And when it looks real good, it's great. And one reason I really like this one for duos and stuff like that is it works well with your teammates. So one teammate's doing this in the front, and the other teammate is behind, maybe making walls or holding an edit to look at people on height or look at people. That's one of the great things about stairs without a wall around it, is if you edit, you can see everything. So if I'm the guy behind, I might be here with my AR out, ready to make this edit, shoot on the guy on height, and reset. It's a great way to work with your teammate and still be useful when your teammate's tunneling. So you're making callouts, you're protecting behind. Next up, I'm going to show a couple more tunneling strategies. If you guys have any questions, just keep throwing them in. So far, so good. And then I'll move on to peak shot. I got one more tunnel for you on this. So this is another one I'm working on. It's that same one we just did, but also this wall. And as you can see, that makes you almost completely blocked off, especially if your teammate's doing this protecting wall behind. So the order would be flat, turn stairs, wall. And if you're on mouse and keyboard, you can have your click down the whole time for this. So flat, wall. And that's going to happen sometimes. Some people do that and then edit through anyway. What if you rotate the ramp? So sometimes that's going to happen. Sometimes you're going to aim here and it's going to be here. You could use rotate, but I mean, a lot of people are not even using their rotate button. At a super high level, people are, but the average player is not using the rotate right now. But you could. Another way to rotate is just to aim though. So like if I aim this way, it's going to go here. If I aim that way, it's going to go here, especially if I aim at this corner. That was a key detail I noticed, is aiming at that corner. Another stairs edit I really like from here is just the reverse with my AR out, and then I'm ready to keep moving. All right, so we covered this one. Oh, okay, I'm going to cover one more rotate for us. That's our diagonal. If anyone wants me to cover one of those one more time, just let me know. I'm going to cover another diagonal rotate. So what that's going to look like is this. So it is flat, flat, wall, wall, just like that other one. But this time we don't have an edit involved. So I make flat, flat, wall, wall, and then in a sweeping motion, I'm going to do my flat, flat, wall, wall on this side. So I'll show you in fast real quick. This one's been around for a couple seasons. Some people just didn't like it. I really like it now. It does use a little more materials than some of the other ones, but I think it's a fun one and it blocks off pretty effectively. Because as you can see, really the only spot that someone's going to hit me if I hit it clean is straight behind me. And if I'm with a partner, they can do walls behind. So that one's really good. Once again, flat, flat, wall, wall, flat, flat, wall, wall on the other side. And see that sweeping motion. I'm going left to right this time. Next time I'm going right to left. So flat, flat, left to right, flat, flat, right to left. And you could do a stairs as well. I haven't really practiced that one, so I don't have it down, but you could throw in a stairs once you get really good at it. All right, so we covered many tunnels. We covered this one, flat, flat, wall, wall with the corner edit. We covered the messy rotate stairs, or flat, stairs above, flat, aiming at that corner stairs. Then also just this one. This is my new favorite one. Those stairs edits are so dynamic and you can do so many weird things with them. I really, really like this one. And they're satisfying. I love it. Yeah, some of the tunnels, they are pretty satisfying. But right now, if you want to be good and competitive, they really are one of the more important things. Box fighting and tunneling. All right. Now we are ready for peak shots. This is one of my most favorite things to teach. Because I think it's one of the least used strategies, even at a high level. A lot of the pro players are not using this. And what it would look like. There's a lot of different ways to get peak shots. The standard one that you see is, let's say someone's on a stairs right here, healing up. I got a shot on them and I'm low ground. You'll see either them on a stairs or without a stairs. They run around, spin, shoot, build. If someone's on height, someone's way above there, I can jump back, spin, shoot, build. I can be I can make a fake stairs here, like I'm gonna double stairs up this way, and then I spin left, shoot, build. So there's so many ways to do peek shots, and this is just one of them. I'm gonna show us a couple other ones, but this one is my favorite, and I've really got this one down. When I was on controller, this one's a little bit easier for controller because of the 360 movement. The movement's a little bit easier, but you can work on PC too. Once again, it's jump, shoot, build. And if you're on mouse and keyboard, after you jump, you can hold your left click down the whole time so that you shoot and build as fast as possible. Because if I shoot, take my finger off the mouse, and then pull my build and then shoot, that's gonna be really slow, as opposed to it'll just instantly build if I switch to my flat there. And within this skill is you can also do flat roof. That can be a really helpful one. So flat, being able to do both of those. Because if you have one or two people using their AR against you there, they're going to shoot through this and you're going to get hit. Or if someone's close range doing an SMG. So once again, jump, shoot, build. This is a really fun one to practice in 1v1s. Often I will do a 1v1 with a player, and I will only do this. I will say, I don't want to fight for high ground. I don't want to do high ground retakes. I'm going to hold low ground and work on my shots and my aim. And you don't have to do jumping. You can't just be here. Oh, I did jump because I'm so used to jump. Jumping it gets you a little bit more. And you want to be deceiving with it. So if I'm here and they're right above there and I can kind of see them through my wood walls, if I just jump like this, that's not very good. There's these small fakes you see in box fighting all the time. So for example, on a window edit, I make a window edit. I don't want to just pop in here and then get 200 pumped. What I would want to do a lot of time is pop in here, fake right, and then go back and then go. Trying to throw them off. So for example, another example of that would be I'm here, I make this, I make a fake jump on this side, or if I like move to my right and then I go. Or I do a little move to my right, jump left. Anytime you can confuse your opponent or make them a little bit unsure, that's always great. So the example here would be I'm backing up, I'm tunneling back, they're above me, I can see them, I fake right, jump left, and then shoot build. To take this idea one step further, we're going to include fake edits. So fake edits, I think, are another thing that aren't used a lot. The corner block. So for example, if I'm here, I make this edit, and then I'm going to jump back. If you make an edit, most of the time, 99% of the time, that person is expecting you to come through that edit. So if I make this edit, they're going to expect I jump back. If I make this edit, they're going to expect me to jump forward. And I have noticed if I make this edit and I jump back, 99% of players are not ready for that. It is such a unique part of the game. Feel free to just put your question in chat. So you said wait there. So fake edits, this is my favorite one, and I use this in a lot of different ways once you get good at it. So I might make a fake double edit, jump back, and then reset. Another one for that is I might say I'm on a ground fight. I'm here. This guy's behind this wall. I make this edit here, and then I pop around here. If timed well, this can be a really great one. Or I make this fake edit here. I make the second window edit on the other side. Another great fake edit. One I have been really liking is a door. Fake open the door. Top row, jump, shoot, build. One more time. I make the door. Sometimes I will open the door, sometimes I won't. I could open, do that and go. I can open. You could do the door edit, open, reset. And you see I'm not just standing there the whole time, I'm moving while I'm doing it. The jukes, yes, the jukes are key. What do you do when you're about to shoot and he blocks your shot and takes your roof and edits on you? Okay, so that's a really good one. Anytime someone takes this, that is a very sticky situation. There are some counter moves though. Almost every move in this game has a counter move. So someone takes both of these. They're here. It didn't connect because I didn't have a wall. So they're here. I do that. One that you can do is make a stairs over yourself. I think this is really not used enough. And I'll do this in my tunneling. I'll show you that in a second. So they're here. I make the stairs, and this stairs gives me that split second to edit out and keep moving. Or it gives me the opportunity to make an edit play. There's a lot of good ways. So say this guy takes this, I would aim down, because if I aim up sometimes it's going to make one of these, or there's a roof there, so it won't make that one. But if I aim in front of me, it'll make that. Other options there is if they've already made the edit, you got to just take the shot. Sometimes if they are so fast ahead of you, you got to just go for the shot. Obviously that's not ideal, but sometimes you have to. So he's here, or I know he has this. I'll either real quick make the stairs, or I'll just be sitting here with my shotgun out. Hopefully I have a good shotgun with an SMG ready to go. So that's one option. Another option is a quick edit. So right as he already edited the roof, I've already edited this, edit out, and then made that stairs behind me. That stairs behind you is such a good one now. If you're not using that in your game, highly recommend that one. That's a really great question. Who was that? Football 916. Appreciate that one. All right, we're about to do about 5 more minutes of play around, and then we'll move on to our Zone Wars box fights. Just real quick, if you're in the chat, you could post whether you are on East or West. That would be greatly appreciated. Just type East or West once in the chat. We'll probably end up doing a mix, and then we'll run it a little bit longer to make sure everyone gets some time on their ideal server. And if there's any other strategies, we're going to take about 4 more minutes for this. Any other specific tunneling or peeking strategies you want me to see again, or a new one, feel free to type that in the chat. So far, the questions have been fantastic. I'll just review my peek shots once again. I jump back, shoot, build. That build is so quick. It's so important. Even if I'm sniping somebody, I want to take my snipe and immediately shoot. Immediately make that wall. I can't tell you how many times that has saved my life in this game. I'm aiming with my AR or sniper, I shoot, wall immediately. Talk about satisfying. Blocking their snipe shot with a wall like that is very satisfying. My other go-to move, and this one is so money right now. I have had like 1 person ever counter this. The far edit, jump back, shoot. Or you could do this edit. You'll have a little bit less chance of getting shot, especially around this side. Aim up. And see how I'm aiming up there. If I jump back here, and then that just happened. I aimed there, so it didn't make a wall. Aiming, crosshair placement is so big, and it's such a part of the game that I think people are ignoring for the average player. High-level players, they are so precise. They are so accurate with their building. They never make messed up builds. They're so consistent and accurate. Let me just double check, make sure we covered everything. So we talked about a bunch of different tunneling strategies. These are a great thing to work on your own. This is part of my warm-up routine, is working on the builds I need to work on the most. So we showed a bunch. We picked a couple to work on. We showed our 2 different low ground strategies. All right. If we don't have, you got one more question there. So Taco, awesome. We're going to take a quick shake it out break, and I'm going to get everybody in the lobby. Just a heads up, please try to keep it family friendly in the lobby. I don't have to mute anybody or anything like that. Just note that we're streaming. And as I will try and commentate as much as I can see. I would appreciate if you would not yell on the mic or anything like that. You can mute yourself if you think you need to. Let's keep it positive. I know there's a lot of toxicity in gaming community, and you see it all the time in Fortnite. I'm in random zone war lobbies sometimes. Let's try and keep it really positive and help each other out. And I will be commentating. I'll say, I see you in this skin. You're doing this. Maybe you could do this next time, or I think this would be a good thing to work on. So be on the lookout for me to help you with stuff there. Okay, I have not invited you yet, and I will start inviting people here in a second. I'm just going to give us a couple stretches that we can do, show you a couple different things, and then I'll start shooting out invites. You guys have been great so far, and I'm having a fantastic time as well. Okay, so stretches. Workouts. There's so many stretches and workouts. I'm sure you see it all day, every day. People are trying to get you to do a workout at home during this. People are showing you a workout video, 6 tips to get 6-pack abs in 3 days. There's so many things people are trying to show you. Today, I'm going to focus on stretches that are relevant to gamers, stretches that could be important to gamers. The main areas of concern, the main areas we want to work on typically are wrist, fingers, shoulders, and back. Neck is kind of part of that as well, keeping that neck in a good spot, but those are the main ones. Fingers, wrist. So this is one I like to do. Even when I'm playing Fortnite, I don't even just do it in breaks. I do it mid-game. So I box up. I'm here. I box up. I might be hanging out, looking through my roof, and I will be doing some stretches. Maybe it's not the best idea to win all the time, but I am doing it. And one classic one is the wrist. One for wrist is you pull lightly on your fingers and you slowly go down until you feel stretch. You should feel the stretch some part of your wrist. So that's one. You can hold it for about 10 seconds. We always want to try and do both hands, we always want to try and balance and do both sides. So that's one really good one. The light pulling on the fingers here, not back here, pulling down. And as you see, I did this one before. I really like this one. It's not a lot about stretching. People think stretching is just holding a stretch. A lot of it is movement. So if you continue to move, that's a great way to get a stretch, even though it might not be what you standard see in a stretch of just holding something for 10 seconds. Health is more important. I love it. Beautifully said. All right, so we went over a couple there. Another one I got from a physical therapist that is big on TikTok, 1HP, is he does a finger by finger stretch. So it's kind of the same idea, holding out our hand. And then one at a time, you lightly pull. You can hold once you feel the stretch on each finger. Looks kind of weird, right? It's a good one. It shows you the different flexibility of each of your fingers. You want to do it on both hands. Thumb is a little different, but you still feel it. And then you would switch hands, one at a time, go through each. So that's a finger stretch. You kind of feel in the wrist a little bit. Once again, I love this one. Lightly pushing down on my wrist on both sides. You can go the other way. One other one that I'm going to talk about today that I think could be the most important one that I think a lot of people in the world need to work on, and I'll give you a weird fact about it. So did you know when babies are born, they can hang on their the arm of somebody, just hanging on it for an average of about 2 minutes, I believe. It's either 1 minute or 2 minutes. They can just sit there and hang for a minute or 2 minutes right when they are born. However, the average adult, can they hang for 1 or 2 minutes? No, they cannot. So that's a skill that a lot of us lose for whatever reason. We're not practicing it. We don't have that upper body strength, that back strength. So that hanging is a very natural exercise for us humans. So that is one I love to do. If you've ever tried out climbing, make sure you do that with a parent or guardian and you have signed your liability waiver. But climbing is a great one for that because you are hanging on your weight, you're moving. So that's a really good one just to hang for a couple seconds. Even if it's for 2 seconds, you don't have to do pull-ups. Pull-ups would kind of be the next level. Personally, I could do 1 pull-up when I started high school. So don't worry about it. If you can't do pull-ups, that's fine. Hanging is a great way to work on it, and it's good for your back. It's good for your shoulders typically, as long as you're doing it with correct form. So there's a couple different ones. A couple wrist stretches, a couple finger ones, and then the importance of hanging. So if you have monkey bars, that could be a great thing to use. Some people have a pull-up bar at home you could just hang on. There's different grips. This one is usually easier. This one's usually a little harder. There's wide grip, there's close grip. A lot of different things you could do there. And without further ado, we're going to start our Zone Wars box fight session. So I'm going to start sending out invites. I think I got a couple of you. If you haven't done any stretches, you can do that while you're waiting or ask questions in the chat. I'm going to start inviting people in here. All right, we got Maldo. We got Chicken. Hey guys. Welcome. Just sending out a couple invites here. Hello? Just give me a couple minutes here. Yes, we can hear you. Yes, we are still streaming. Okay, send him one. Maldo, corrupted risk. We're going to be about probably 3 minutes before we begin. I want to try and get everyone in the lobby. Carly. Curly, if you are in the chat, I don't believe you put in your Epic name correct. If you could just type it in, it says Curly657, but that did not work for me. Second snipe. CYT. All right, just send a couple more invites. Oh, Curly, we're already friends. Fantastic. Hey, hey. Welcome. If you could mute the stream in the background, that'd be greatly appreciated. Oh, Curly, yep, I got you. Are you in here now? All right. If anyone else in the chat is not here, just let me know. We're missing a second snipe. Hello, Oscar. Not much. We're going to begin here in a second. All right, so Maldo, what servers are you? You're West. Chicken, what are you? Curly, what are you? Okay, all right, we will do a split then. So we'll start on West and then we'll end on East. So I know it's not ideal for everybody, but I mean, it's good to work on low ping and high ping. It's good practice. Sometimes you're going to play with some people that are on the other, or you might try out a tournament. As you can see, in some pro players, they still do well on, they still dominate on tournaments on 100 ping. So it can be frustrating. But we'll deal with it. All right, let's hop in here. I don't think we have anyone else in the chat. Type in. And then I got a couple TikTokers coming in here at some point, I believe, as well. Okay, all right, we got one more. Oh, I love that one. Chicken King. Got it, Spencer. Thank you. You guys should do 1v4. We can do a little bit of that. I actually enjoy doing that. 1v4 is crazy. But 1v2 box fights, I actually think it's super helpful. I'll just call it out. Sometimes I'll do a box fight lobby, and then I'll just say, all right, right now it's going to be you two versus me. All right, right now it's everyone versus you. So just kind of change it on the fly. All right, we will get it going. I sent you an invite, King Aiden, if you're there. Or I sent you a friend request, King Aiden. Of the tunneling strategies, which one was good, helpful for you guys? Was there any ones in particular? Hey, fantastic. All right, we'll start with the one where it switches between box fight and zone wars. I really like this one. You guys should do 1v4. All right, we got one person in there already. Fantastic. Emoting all the way there. Oh, yeah? All right, I think we got everybody. Let's start it up. Someone has a leader, I think. Whoever joined first, just press E. Alright, so it starts in box fights right away. I always have to do inventory minutes to start, so I always got to switch my AR to the other one. So that's even that's a skill in this game. Well, you're on controller, so missed every shot. Fantastic. MSF Chicken dominated Coach Jody to start. That was a weird move you pulled there on the that stairs placement. Oh, Oscar with the half stairs. Oh, nice. You started off really good there, Oscar. Had you hit your shots, that could have been good. You started off really good there with those edit plays. Oh, nice. Oh, MS Chicken for the first win. Really well played on those edits, Chicken. Good positioning. So there, I didn't see who it was, but someone tried to take his wall. So yeah, it goes right into Zone Wars this time. And I don't have to do any inventory. Oh my. Oh, I missed that part as we're in chat. Luke with the good block up off top. I like the pressure. Wow. Good shot, good shot. So who is that? I'm sorry, who's the Deadpool? Okay. So there, you had height on him. So if you have height, you always want to try and use it to your advantage. Sometimes you got to spray, of course, or it might be good, but always try and do that. I'll show one next time I can. One strategy that's really good for that. Oh, so there I used that strategy I was showing earlier, the back up and shoot build. Nice defense. One I've really been liking lately is making this corner edit and using it to thank you, thank you. I've been using that one edit since like season 1, the half stairs, and then just holding it and just trying to do really good timing. I love that one. Thank you, thank you. All right, so if I get height here, I'm gonna try and demonstrate that strategy I wanted to show. Oh, so this is perfect. It's jump, shoot, build. It's a great. Or sometimes it's just run, shoot, build, like that. Oh, good time to waterfall. There, sometimes if you're waterfalling, placing that flat on top like this can be super helpful. If someone's on your back, I love that one. You just, right as you get down, finish your waterfall, you flat above. This is my friend Oscar, so pickaxing is allowed. So here's an example of that block off above. Oh my, and I got no mats. So right here, he's kind of in a tough spot, especially if he doesn't have a ton of mats, which I guess you're out. Yeah, I realized I was low mats. I was like, okay, I got to get down. I got no options if you don't. All right, we'll go till round 10, then we'll switch servers for our East friend. Oh, I like that edit. That was nice. Ah, nice. Good move. Yeah, you got a lot of builds. Oh, that's a perfect example of crosshair placement. I couldn't get. Nice, chicken. I couldn't place that wall because of crosshair placement. Watching for the edit. Oh, good timing on the edit. Oh. Good edit, Oscar. Horrible crosshair placement by me. This would be a perfect time to do this one. And then into a high ground retake, maybe? Oh, God. Oh. Sometimes that's a move, realizing where you are. Oh, yeah, you reset it after. Yep. It's definitely, that's a good one, especially if you're doing duos. For your teammate to do the reset there is fantastic. It's one of my favorite moves, the double stairs. And then being ready to block off behind. You hold the edit, ready to go. Oh, we got 2 people? Oh, no, you just made that one. GG. Hey, you got it. All right, for this box fight, everybody to start, get me. Only go for me. Only go for the Black Knight. No getting anybody else. Yes, we're posting a survey in the chat now. If you could fill that out at the end of the session, it'd be greatly appreciated. Only for me. Don't get anybody else. All right, I'm going to start making brick. All right, it's free for all. Free for all. Mid-air desperation popper. Yeah, I did try to. Oscar, this would be a good time for a double. Oh, good timing on the shot there, Maldo. Because you're the last 2. A great one for Maldo to do there is the shoot and then make the stairs over. So if someone's in their box and you can take out the thing above them, whether it's a stairs or a roof, and then immediately place that stairs or roof, that gives you a huge advantage. Okay, for this one, we're only gonna go for. Oh, we'll wait for next box fight. We'll wait for next box fight. Free for all. One of my favorite strategies right here. Oh, I guess it was connected to something. Is there someone still on height? Oh my. My aim is just fantastic today. All right. All right, good. Always got to check out your mats in this type of situation. I got 34 builds. Oh. I don't think I have my SMG reloaded. That's a huge one to take note of here. GG. All right. Yeah, if you had mats there, probably could have. Yeah, last one going for me only to start on box fight. Oh, Luke. I felt confident there. Good effort on the shoot build from Luke there. Yes, I'm dead as a free for all. My bad, I could have called it out. Bad comms by me, bad communication. That's actually one I struggle with. I usually just kind of guess that people know I'm down. Alright, we got 3 people left. I'm only able to see Luke's perspective right now. Oh. Alright, this is going to be our last round on West. Last round on West. Good tunnels by Luke here to defend himself. I see this terrain here. If I can ever connect to a mountain, that's always a good one to do. Anytime you're got height, if you can connect to a mountain, guarantees you're not going to get shot down pretty much. Good effort on the edit through. Hey, all right, I'm gonna hop back to lobby and switches to east. We just hit the hour mark, so if you guys got to go somewhere, feel free. We'll probably go for another 10 minutes. And if you're leaving, make sure you check out the survey and chat. I'm not even playing, and my palms are sweaty. That's hysterical. I've had that happen from watching stuff before. It can happen in a movie. All right, we're back in lobby. So, we were on west, we're switching to east. I know Luke Skywalker's on east, so we should see even more improved play from him. Oh wait, Oscar, you're still in the lobby. Also, we still have one other in the lobby. So I do that as a group leader, so no worries, no worries. Alright, so Curly and Luke, please hop out to lobby. Please, or leave creative. Okay. All good. So I can show you how to change the survey. Go here, settings, and then it is right here. While we're waiting, number 1 setting I recommend everyone change. Tap to search interact on. If you don't have that on, that's huge. Makes it so you can drop stuff while reviving. And where is it? Doors, auto open doors. I think that is an essential one to have on. All right, everyone's here. Let's do it. I love that song from the new Deadpool emote. It is fantastic. Curly, ready up, please. I actually put out a TikTok recently highlighting that amazing emote and its ability to rotate while on that scooter. How about for this one, just so I can commentate, we will do something a little bit different. Was there anyone that really wanted to do more Zone Wars? This is a box fight thing. All right, well, we'll go with it. So this is a box fight bracket. So how it will work, we have 5 people. 1 person should get a bye, and you get a little 1v1 to start, and whoever wins goes on to the next round. So I'll be able to commentate more, watch what's going on, and then there'll be a championship every time. Yeah, it's totally understandable if you're a West player and you're playing on bad ping. That's gonna be tough. Yeah. You should be. You might have a bye if there's not a guy from across from you. Yeah, if you're going Deadpool. Yep, that means you got the bye. Nice. Chicken, we're going. If you... Let's reason. Come on, use our words. Yes, we also have an esports camp Discord in the chat. Exclamation Discord. Oh my! Please, no screaming in the chat. Good heal by Luke there. Oh, the edit down, nice. Maybe I think you realized that wasn't your wall. Then you edit it down. Good move. That's a perfect example of crosshair placement of shooting to take out his build, replacing the wall, and then aiming at the right spot to take that wall. I realize every time I'm in a box, always trying to make sure I have all the walls. Just a quick sweep around. Oh, good job to make that stairs ahead of me. Oh, good movement, Oscar. Nice. So what that can mean... Oh, you got that wall? Wow, dude. You're really getting these walls right now. Nice. Whoever wins gets a cookie. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. You get a cookie? And well, this is your first box fight tournament as well, right? You didn't do this one before. I love this one. It's called USA Box Fight Bracket. This is a great one to do with friends. And I really like how you get to kind of chill, support your team, your friends in between fights if you lose. And you can kind of see the different skills people have. Oh. So chicken there, I would say that one you're kind of taking like the 50-50. So anytime you can kind of back up and gain an advantage, that's huge, rather than just like you were kind of just waiting there for me. Like here, if I make this, I kind of have a 50-50. Oh, oh. Curly, I'm going to show you a strategy that can help with what just happened there. Is this you, Oscar? All right, hold up a second. Just box up. I'm not going to shoot you. Just want to show this strategy. I think this is a great one. So if I'm here and I want to take his wall, rather than just sitting here and trying to take it, just hold that wall. I can do this. So I make this stairs edit. I make a half edit, and then from here I am 100% protected. And I can shoot his wall, break and replace, and then I have the wall rather than just standing here. So I love this one. You make this stairs like we learned earlier. Here. Boom. All right, ready, set, go. Oh, did not hear him. I'm running, I'm running, I'm running. Luke Skywalker dominating. Luke Skywalker has been getting coaching from Coach Doty for about 2 years now. I've actually known Luke since preschool, and we really reconnected over playing Fortnite together. All right, let's do down for two more. I like that edit there because there's no way to. You'd have to like crouch and go under this. See if you could do that one I showed you before, Curly. So yeah, you'd have to rotate it the other way though. I'll give you time to do it. So you'd rotate the stairs. See how the stairs rotate like how I have it here? I need it to be here, facing away, and then I edit. Does that make sense? So you can just destroy that stair and then face it away from me and go behind it. Yep, now you got to go under it. And then you make the half edit on one side. And now from behind the stairs, you can shoot my wall. Yep, there we go. Yes, nice. Ha! Ah, good fight, good fight. Oh, if you see what I did there, I hit him with that fake switch to the AR, back to the shotgun. I love that one. All right, let's get our final round here. Another one I really like, anytime you got to heal, I always sit in a roof with the roof over me or the stairs over me, like that one I showed us. Anytime I heal, 99% of the time. Dizzy, welcome. Dizzy has also gotten coaching from me, and he is a very good player. He was good to begin with. Camp has been great so far, Dizzy. We covered a lot of different tunneling strategies. We took a lot of turns to work on just small random details based off feedback and what I'm seeing. And we've had a good Zone Wars box fight sesh, worked on a couple skills, getting them reps in. Some opportunities to tunnel and do peaks. Alright, it is me. Is that Luke? Alright, time to get my revenge. Luke getting extra sneaky today with his plays. Yeah. Gunner! Alright, so I'm in full run mode right here. Always like to get that wall over. Ah. Oh, so close, chicken. Alright, we're going to end here on one last one. Has there really been no game audio this whole time? Supposedly. Game noises. No, from like
I use visual sound effects.
Wow, good call. I mean, I was doing a lot of talking over, so. All right, let's get our last one in here. Thanks for letting me know, hey Dizzy. I mean, I have been doing a lot of talking, so that is helpful. And everyone who's playing has game audio.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think it was a good decision in the end, hey Dizzy. Thanks for the heads up.
I went for it, chicken. You wanted a scrap, I gave it to you. Oh, that should have been a headshot. What?
I hit like the corner of your elbow there. Stay hydrated and have a loose neck and wrist. Yes, hydration is key. My kind of standard for hydration is 1 glass of water within every hour of gaming. Key takeaways. Oh, esports camps. Are you going to say them, or should I come up with a couple? I'd be curious what you would have for there.
No, you are stuck with me. Oh, actually did.
No way.
Semifinals. I believe, Mondo. Kill the coach.
Oh,
Nice,
it's the
Bill.
coach. Oh, I'm dead.
I believe, Mondo. Oh, no.
Ah, I guess I.
Wow,
Jeez.
I see how it is.
Stretch between games. Aiming is critical to building. Yeah, it really is. If you can build, that's great. But if you can't aim while you're building, oh no, you're talking about the aiming placement, crosshair placement, as they say. All right, this is really our last and final one, for reals. Crosshair placement.
3 hours
This is
later.
the real one.
Gaming chair. I mean, gaming chair. It really is important. How important it is to you. Like for me, I got a $40 gaming chair, and I feel really good about it. I feel comfortable in it. I'd almost say your desk is more important than your gaming chair. And if you're playing on controller or mouse and keyboard, I think that's a factor. If you're on a controller, do you need to be upright perfectly the whole time? I don't think so. That's a good question, though, Dizzy.
Wait, who am I fighting right now?
Oh, my chicken. Yo, can you back up? Chicken! Ah. That was uphill battle. The whole time.
Oh wow.
Oh.
Ooh, nice shot, chicken. Oof. Good effort, Grim.
Oh, it's
It's just some extraordinary play by Chicken.
Why is it every time?
Malta with the pressure.
Wait, coach, how much health do you have?
Sorry, what?
How much health did you have when I like?
I want to say I had like
after
60 at the end there, 50 or 60.
60?
I hit a slurp fish though during that fight.
Oh, okay. I should have done that too.
Like their crosshair placement, I didn't hit that top left corner on that edit.
Ooh. Oh! Cheeky! Oh! Nice edit. That's his signature.
Is it? All right, well, thank you so much, everyone, for attending. You guys were all fantastic. Surveys in the chat. We will be doing more of these, focusing on different topics within Fortnite, different things, different skills you can work on, not just skill acquisition, work on some other stuff. And that is it. If you guys want to check me out, you can check me out on Twitch at Coach Doty. Also, TikTok, I'm Coach Doty. And I'll probably be streaming later tonight as well. So thank you guys. Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you, buddy.
Thank you.
Peace, peace.
Thank you.
And thanks for watching. Webcam off. We'll keep the stream live here for a minute or two. Take any last second questions. Make sure you can. Will it be every Wednesday at 2 p.m.?
Okay.
All right, looks like we're doing every Wednesday at 2 p.m. That sounds great. Something to look forward to.
Well,
For sure. Peace, peace.
All right, later, y'all.
Okay, see you guys next Wednesday.
Oh, and we got some other games. We will have Tuesday League of Legends, Thursday League of Legends, Friday Human Performance Camp with the Mamba Sports Academy. Fantastic.